One more information about the links you set up here, /to/new post. The way you write your links here doesn't affect whether it's an absolute or relative path. Now, what does absolute and relative mean anyways? An absolute path is always appended to your domain. So if you're serving this app from example.com, then you want to go to new post. If you navigate to /new post, that simply means always attach /new post right after the domain. Even if you previously were at example.com posts, you wouldn't add new post at the end of that, turning it into posts new post, but turning it into example.com new post and omitting posts. This is what an absolute path does. Now, when setting up to, you can't control whether it's an absolute or relative path. It's always treated as an absolute path. So no matter if it's /new post or just new post, it's an absolute path and will always be appended to your root domain. Now, what if you wanted to turn this into a relative path though? So if you wanted to make sure that if you are on your domain /posts, you actually go to your domain /posts/new posts. So you append this to the end of the current path. Then you actually need to build this path dynamically by taking into advantage that you know at which path you're currently on. Remember that you have access to this props match. We inspected this in the console. The match object has the URL object, which is the currently loaded path in the end. Now you can chain /new post to this. You can build a dynamic path like this. Now it's a relative one because it takes the page you're currently on, the path you're currently on, and appends this at the end. And all of a sudden, you built a relative path. So if you ever want to build a link which simply appends the path to the end of the current path, use this approach. Otherwise, this always generates an absolute path. There is no better or worse here. It really depends on which behavior you want. Add it to the root domain or append it to the current path. I wanted to make you aware how to achieve both.